Happy Friday. It is June 6th, and I'm here to do another trading recap. Today's, I believe it is day number 3, trading the 100K-MAX trade the pool evaluation. But before I jump into the recap, I've been getting a couple comments. Got actually a lot of comments of people wanting me to actually go over how I set up my platform. How do I get my charts to look like this? I'm not going to do this in this video because truthfully, I haven't touched this platform in a year. I set everything up a year ago, almost a year ago till today, and I haven't really made any changes to the platform. So I got to go back in and look to see even how I configured everything. But anyways, just got a recent comment from Kevin Trades, I believe. Thank you for your comment. He asked me how do I set up my level 2 to look like mine. So I'm just gonna quickly just illustrate this here. We go to terminal up here to pull up to level 2, market depth, that's what they call it here, and this is how the default level 2 looks like. So yeah, it's pretty ugly in my opinion. I mean, you got the volume bars here, but it's not yeah, it's pretty ugly. Anyways, you right click on the, I think you right click anywhere on the window here, and then go to settings, and then in settings you got columns. And this is what I mentioned in a couple of my last videos. You don't get, like, if you go to columns, you should probably get market makers in here if they had, if Trade the Pool gave you that option, or this is not actually Trade the Pool's platform. It's actually Trader Evolution. I believe it's Trader or Traders Evolution. So that's the platform. That's a company who actually who built the platform, and they just license it out to Trade the Pool. But needless to say, you do not have market makers in here. So you got some other like time, average price, orders, and so on. I just keep mine set at size and price. You can see up over here to the top, what is this, top right, I just got price, size for the bids, and then price or size price for the offers. And I got a little execution window here, and this is you could kind of configure this. I just got the open, last, percent change, spreads. I keep the spreads up here, and then the volume for the day. So that's pretty much all I have on my level 2. And so yeah, if you go to general tab here, the general tab, you have views, colors. So I really don't do anything in the views. I mean, you could, increase the font size, make a bold, maybe, I think change a grid. I don't use any of this. I use the mirror view. I think this is what this is. This is going to put your size. Yeah, I think this is just mirror this. I just keep it mirror view, show the orders, and then show toolbar, which the toolbar is up here where it shows your account, the ticker, and has these little buttons, which I truthfully don't use. But the main thing is here is the colors. Just go into colors, and to get it from this to this, just go here into the colors. Move this over here. Just go into and then you see where it says size histogram. That's this right here, so we don't want that. And then if you open it up, we have by price level. So if you do this one here, and that's kind of hard to a little bit harder, hard to read, but essentially what it's doing, size by price. So it's just showing you the size by the price. I got mine, or the colors, excuse me, the colors based on the size at the price. So that's not really, I mean, yeah, I guess you could see you still got the the prices here on the bids, and the prices here on the offers, and I mean, but the colors, I like it like this because the darker the color, I know there's more size. Like you can see over here, you got 5,000 shares here at what is that, 350. So I know there's 5,000 shares on the bid at 350, and I should probably, let me actually do this here so we could get the same ticker here. VERO. Come on, VERO. There you go. So yeah, this is the same ticker now. You know, 352, you got 1900 at 352. And just looking over here, I mean, it's very hard to recognize that. I mean, you could just look over here. Okay, right now you got 59. This is a dark color. You got 1600. And you got looking over here, you got, oh, that's why, because, okay. So yeah, I just moved the price over here. It's kind of confusing looking back and forth, but yeah, you got 1400 here. So anyways, needless to say, I don't want to make this too long. I just go relative to volume. So this is going to essentially color the level 2 to be, you know, relative to its volume. So the darker the color, or the more volume, the darker the color. That's how you say it. So yeah, more volume, darker the color. So that's relative to volume, and that's what I have mine set up over here as. And I think to show the P&L, additional, I'm trying to figure, truthfully I don't even think there's, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out where we go to show average price. Yeah, I have to look into it. Like I said, I just wanted to show you guys how to set up the level 2 like I have it. Not too sure how I got my to show the P&L, my you know, my entry price, the quantity of shares I have, and then the P&L. I'm not too sure where I went to set that. Like I said, I haven't touched this platform or any of the settings in like almost a year. You know, I've been trading with Trade the Pool for, you know, it's been about 9 months. So yeah, it's been a while. Customize, yeah, here's how you could customize, you know, I guess you could say your information box up here. You know, like you have the open, high, low, last, percent change volume. You could do that through here, and they give you a bunch of options. Like you have VWAP, what price VWAP's at, the spreads, the ask, you know, the bid, price change, etc. So you got a little bit of options. Countdown, not too sure what the count. I'm not too sure what that is, but yeah, you got some options in there that you could play around with. And then this might be actually, yeah, position bar. There you go. So just right click and then go to views and then position bar. And then you'll get your price, your quantity, and your P&L. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got mine set up right here. The key thing is to get your level 2 look like, see, you got 7,000 at 347. That's easy to see. You know, when you got your level 2 color like this, you know, somebody's at the offer 1,300 shares at 367. Okay, somebody's selling on the offer up there. Okay, and then of course I got my my time and sales. I think this is the default setup, but yeah, I got my time and sales, and I could just see who, you know, the aggressive, you know, buyers, aggressive sellers, and who's hitting into these prices. So so yeah, you know, again, just go to get your colors like mine, just go to settings, right click settings, colors, relative to volume. This, you know, this colors settings here. You got by price, and then just hit it to relative to volume. But yeah, that's how you get that. That's how you get that set up. But so okay, let's get back into the trading, or the recap here. Today wasn't a bad day. Friday, I'm surprised. Like I said, this is my 3rd day trading this account, and actually I'm not doing so bad. I'm up about well, not yeah, what is this? Like, give me a second, because I know I got like almost $100 that has not been counted. It says I'm up $1,700 here, but I'm actually up $1,680. So yeah, so there was like a $50 or $60 that has not been counted, because they were under the 10 cent rule, and it just because I moved my stop a little bit better to break even and got stopped out pretty much. But I think yesterday I had a $47 winner, but it wasn't counted because it was only like a couple cents. But yeah, anyways, so Fridays really aren't that best of the day for me, and I wasn't planning on trading today. But you know, I opened up my platform and turned on Benzinga and looking at the gap scanner. We had some this VERO was gapping up, low float. It only had like 949,000 share float on it. And then this one actually, this WBUY, this actually started gapping up really good in the morning, but unfortunately that was not of it. I probably wanted to traded it because it was more on, I want to say the high side, but you know, it was like gapping up to $7-8 right before the market opened. This happened like 9:45, give or take. But yeah, but unfortunately that that ticker's not available on Thinkorswim, so they don't have that ticker available. And then there was some other ones, but I was focused more so on VERO. So that was a gap scan this morning, and I traded VERO a couple times here. Did pretty good. First trade was actually a loser. So, you know, going back, you know, here's VERO gapping up pre-market. Actually, I think this is actually 7:30. I guess you could. I think, yeah, that's pre-market. So yeah, gapped up pre-market. As I said, it was only up like 58-60% or something like that. And so yeah, put in some topping wicks here pre-market around 420. So I was looking at 420 and then 457, which was the pre-market highs, and as possible resistance. You know, I wanted to see if price was gonna, you know, make a move. I mean, it's a low float, so I mean, it's, you know, anything could happen with these. But you know, I'm always more short biased on these on these smaller companies. I think it has some news. I think it's a beauty company or something sold its products or hair products or something to another company. So I just, you know, like I said, I don't see any reason for this thing to like really shoot up $6, $7, $8. But it's a low float. Anything could happen, right? So yeah, that's what I was looking at this morning. Pre-market highs and right around this 425 level to possibly short off of, or if I wanted to, you know, take a long, I would ideally want to see it clear those levels with momentum. So yeah, we opened up, not really too much momentum. You know, the first couple candles had this one large red candle right here, 420. Well, $4.20, and that actually, you know, like I said, I was looking. Where was I? Oh no, let me say that 425 level, that was actually the high of the morning. That's why that wasn't nothing to do. I thought that was like something in pre-market, but that was actually the high of the morning, or the, you know, the first 5 minutes. So yeah, L was 425. But yeah, and needless to say, $4.20 was holding as resistance. We had this big drop here, this 1 minute candle that was like, what, 20 cents there. And I was looking to possibly try to get involved after a break of this 1 minute candle low, which was, you know, would have been the 5 minute opening range low. And that was at 386. But I tried to stab right there on a break below 4. and that quickly reversed. So that was my first trade, and that was an $85 loss. I think that, yeah, 1,000 shares. So yeah, I lost. It was like $90 on that trade with commissions. So lost there, $90. Then after price kind of made its way here, I saw some. I saw some selling up here. I didn't see really like no big huge orders above 425, but I saw a lot of people hitting in and just selling on the tape. So I saw a lot of selling up here, and I got in at $4.20. So that was my entry right there. I just set it over here, you know, just like this, $4 and I'm sorry guys, my $4.20, and I just hit the sell button, and it filled me great right at 420, $4.20. And then I had an order for 1,000 shares that was actually at the low for a break of that low, and I think honestly I tried to reduce it to 500 shares, but I didn't reduce it in time. As you guys can see, we just had this big drop and I got triggered in. So I had 1,500 shares with an average price at like right at $4. So yeah, I had 1,500 shares, average price pretty much right at $4 if I recall. As you guys see down here in the orders here, 500 shares here, and then this might be actually, I'm sorry, this is my close. So yeah, that was my entry, 500 share. I actually got filled 521, and then my 1,000 share entry, which was right here, I got filled at 385, which, yeah, 386. So I had my order sitting a penny below that low, so I was 385. And then yeah, after I got triggered in, I was like, oh man, I really didn't want to exceed 1,000 shares, but I had 1,500. So, and then not only that, like I said, my average price was just right around $4, and I had to wait, you know, even though it did go down farther, and I was, you know, well in the money, but I had to still wait the 30 seconds to start scaling out, you know, so I had to try to catch, and I did try to, you know, hold it. I didn't scale out to like a minute and a half later, which was okay. You know, I passed that 30-second rule that they have. But yeah, anyways, on this bar I scaled out. What I scale 500, I want to say, yeah, 500 here at just under 380, and that was a nice $107. And then as price came back down to this kind of like doji candle low, I scaled out probably, what it was at 360, yeah, 366. So I scaled, well, I didn't scale, I actually covered the rest of the position at 366. So, you know, altogether that was 305. So that was about 414, give or take, dollar trade. And then that covered my, you know, $85 loss, you know, trying to sell the break of this low here. But yeah, no, after this happened, I had the confidence that price was going to move lower for today, and this thing's really moving lower as we're, you know, doing this recap here. So yeah, price came out right around this 380, and at 380 I did see some selling going on up here at 380. I saw a lot of offers going up to like 390. And then, you know, I like this trade because you have this like I guess you could call it 5 minute. I just look at it as it's the low of the first 1 minute opening bar. I mean, some people might look at different ranges, but that was a low of, I mean, the open was really, you know, a couple cents above that, but that was a low of that 1 minute. So I like this because you're kind of like, you can see it, you're stair stepping down, you know. But yeah, 380. I saw some selling up here. Took a short off of 380, 1,000 shares. Had to stop above 390, so I was risking about $100 on that trade. And you know, at this point, I was up like 300. So, you know, I was okay with risking $100. I was about to walk away because, like I said, I do not like trading too much on Friday because, I mean, historically, Friday's been losing days for me. I don't think I've made money on a Friday in a really long time. So I try to steer away from Fridays, but yeah, needless to say, took a short there, covered back at the low, so that was about 20 cents. So I entered in at right at 380. As you can see right here, my entry is right at 380, and I covered right back to the low. I was trying to wait to see if the low gave out, but it happened, and then it stopped, and then I just saw it starting to come up, and I just stuck, I think it was a limit order or something in there to get out, and I got filled. So that wasn't a bad trade. That was I was looking at something, sorry. That wasn't a bad trade. That was $195. So overall, was a total P&L today of $505. Not that bad. Not that bad. Like I said, I do not want. I know I got $1,000 daily loss, but I don't want to exceed the $1,000 daily loss. I mean, I don't want to exceed $500. I can't exceed $1,000 because they'll cut me off from trading, which is a great thing about Trade the Pool. You know, they don't fail your evaluation or anything. They just stop you from trading. They'll lock up your account. You can't trade to the next day. So, you know, that's a great thing about that. But yeah, I'm not trying to exceed $500, $600. That's my personal risk limit for this account, because I know if I'm making my past 3 days, I've been averaging about $500, you know, $600. So I don't want to exceed that in my daily loss. If I'm going to be doing $500 roughly a day, I don't want to lose more than $500 in a day, $600 in a day. So now, granted, you never know what happened. You know, I might, you know, I might go on tilt. You know, we all do that. And I still do that. I don't know why after trading for over 10 years, but if that happens, you know, $1,000 max loss will cut you out. You know, it'll stop you from trading. So you know, they're not gonna let you blow the account in one day just because you're on tilt, which is great. Benefits with Trade the Pool, or any broker that allows you to set a hard stop for the day. But yeah, that was my trading for today. So like I mentioned, I closed out the week $1,680 in profits over the past 3 days. Started trading this account on Wednesday. It is now Friday. My success rate is showing 39%. So I'm only winning, you know, 39% of the time, and I'm still making money. My risk reward, however, is so I'm winning 4 times. Trade the Pool has it as I'm looking at it on the other screen. I would show you guys this, but they have your account numbers. I don't know if it matters really if, you know, you show your account numbers, but I know you could get into support and, you know, they ask you for your account numbers. And I know you guys know my name, so I'll keep that over here. I have shown this. I just covered up the account numbers in the past. But yeah, anyways, so I'm winning 4 times more when I'm right than when I'm wrong. And my success rate is only 39%. I would like to try to improve that. If I could win 4 times more when I'm right than when I'm wrong and have a 50% success rate, that would be ideal. That would be great. That's what I'm working on, but you know, it's a work in progress. Yeah, I mean, just to go back, I was just looking over here too at this VERO, this VERO. I mean, it came up here, 380 held. I mean, there was multiple trades. I mean, even over here, yeah, you might have, if you had above 390, let's say, yeah, 390 stop, you would have got stopped out there. But you know, you're hitting these trades, $100, you know, risk for 200 to possibly almost 300. Let's say about 250. So let's say 200. So you got 2-to-1 risk rewards on these trades right off of 380. And you could clearly see there was selling. I mean, even here, this might have kind of, you know, kind of spooked you here, because you had these wicks. Okay, you're going short right here at 380, stop maybe even above this high here, maybe 389. You would have got stopped out there, you know. But look what happened. You had some more wicks form, and then boom, and we're just going down. So, I mean, and we're right at this pre-market support here at 337. But anyways, that's it. That's my trading for today. My Friday recap, and I will be back Monday with another recap, and hopefully Monday we keep up this momentum. So it's doing good, making real good progress in this account, and you know, hopefully we could continue the progress next week. And I know there'll be a losing day, and I'm gonna do my recap on my losing days as well. And for any reason I cannot do a recap, you guys could check me out on X. I'll leave my my info in the description, and I will send over, you know, because I've been doing a lot of posting in X. I haven't been active on X in the past. I'm getting really active on there now, just kind of like journaling a lot what I'm doing during the day. So if I don't have a chance due to time to do a video recap, I will post a recap on X. So if you're interested, check that out. And yeah, we'll go from there. I will talk to you guys next week. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. And talk to you guys soon.